Amnesty International, U.S. police must end militarized response to protests.
Here's a summary of the article.
Amnesty International issued a statement on Sunday morning calling for an end to militarized policing in several U.S. cities and the use of excessive force against demonstrators protesting police brutality. Why it matters, the human rights group said police across the country were failing their obligations under international law to respect and facilitate the right to peaceful protest, exacerbating a tense situation and endangering the lives of protesters. The big picture, the National Guard mobilized and curfews were imposed in several states after clashes between police and demonstrators protesting the May 25 death of George Floyd and other black people who've died in police custody. In Florida, there were reports of police using tear gas and pepper spray amid violence in cities including Miami and Tampa Bay. Las Vegas police deployed tear gas after protesters vandalized patrol cars, looted a store and set off fireworks, NBC News notes. In Denver, police used tear gas to successfully force protesters back just after the 8 p.m. curfew imposed in response to the unrest came into effect, the Denver Channel reports. Unarmed people, many of whom are people of color, protest police brutality and are met with police brutality, flash grenades, tear gas, and rubber bullets, he told Vox. Fraternal Order of Police National President Patrick Yose said in a statement last Thursday in response to Floyd's death, "We know what happens in communities when police officers lose the respect and trust of the public they protect."
This post received a score of 89,000, with an upvote ratio of 81%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Link to actual statement, what the fuck is up with Axios and excessive JavaScript?
Ironically, Axios shares its name with a massively popular JavaScript library for making HTTP requests.
IDIDNT no there was a new site called Axios so I thought OP was referring to that.
People getting shot on their porch in response to a curfew issued. Not only is this reprehensible and completely messed up, but they were allowed to be out on their own property as per the curfew FAQ. Can I be outside my house on my property after 8 p.m. and before 6 a.m.? Yes. Curfew FAQ, copy of FAQ, edit. Lots of people are calling me out for editing the FAQ. I did not edit the FAQ. They did. Comment with proof of their edit via an archive page.
That would require the police to know the laws and not just wing it.
Nah, you're just supposed to instantly obey whatever order they invent and shout at you from 50 meters away, or die.
Remember that guy at a Las Vegas hotel who was ordered to crawl towards the police officer with his legs crossed and his arms up in the air? He got shot for not being able to edit. Source, edit 2. This did not happen in Vegas, but in Arizona. I just mentioned Las Vegas because, as I recall, I heard this story right after the Las Vegas concert shooting, and I got the places mixed into just Vegas.
And that cop got rehired to maintain his pension. No charges either.
The guy with "You're fucking dead" stenciled on his weapon? For accuracy, it was Philip Brailsford and he had "You're fucked" on his rifle.
Are you talking about the murderer Philip Brailsford? The murderer Philip Brailsford shot an unarmed man because he's a giant fucking pussy. Phil Brailsford?
That's exactly the one.
When police buy surplus military vehicles and equipment, they're gonna use them. If all you have is a hammer, every problem is going to look like a nail.
I wonder who is interested in selling military equipment.
Bingo, it isn't used military equipment either. Salt Lake City had brand new units in that clip where they're pushing down an old man with a cane.
The US military's budget is so huge that they literally end up with far more vehicles and equipment than they can actually use. A lot of it is bought at exorbitant prices on taxpayer money, then sits unopened in a warehouse for a couple of years before being sent out as surplus for a tiny fraction of what the military paid for it. The entire system's a scam to funnel money from the public to the arms dealers with the byproduct of turning police into off-brand fascist stormtroopers.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.